What's going on, Jerome? It's a beautiful Sunday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. He sees you when you're pooping. Allegedly, Super Bowl's today, right? Chiefs, whatever. Eagles, whatever. As long as the Eagles don't win, that's all I care about. And I know people hate on the Chiefs because of the dynasty and always winning and the refs and all that stuff, but I don't think that we as a nation are ready for Eagles to win another Super Bowl. And even though love me some Saquon Barkley, and also you got Lewis Seen and Nick Muse, your company's computer guy, on the Eagles. I don't care. I hope the Eagles lose and lose terribly. That's all. Chiefs, with Mahomes and Kelsey, they got some magic left. I feel like after the three-peat, does Travis Kelsey propose on the field to Taylor Swift? Whatever. Why not? Just go from there. Spags' defense, I think, will do a number on Saquon and company. So my sincere hope is that the Eagles do not win the Super Bowl. That is all. Also, sincere hope and prayers answered. Schefter, go. A huge welcome back. Hall of Fame wide receiver Randy Moss has returned to ESPN's NFL Countdown Sunday, 10 a.m., live from New Orleans, which some I love. And Randy Moss, very public with his battle with cancer. Obviously feels good enough to get back on air. So happy. There's really good progress and some good news to come out of this stupid-ass Super Bowl with big props to Randy Moss, and hopefully he can beat this thing for good, put it behind him, and continue on his illustrious broadcasting career, as well as spreading the word, helping out tons of people along the way. Something I love. Also, I love Super Bowl ads. So I dream of a world where Jefferson, who obviously is a superstar, right? He's got the charisma. I refuse to say Riz. He's got the aura. And he was so damn good this week, Radio Row, doing the car wash of all the media shows. But I can't wait until Jefferson won't be available to do those interviews, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But Jefferson is going to be apparently a halftime commercial. I don't know what the brand is. Maybe it's Doritos or something. Yeah. But watch Jettas go back to the 80s, and he's looking good, man. So 80s, a little bit before my time, but you got the bright colors, you got the leather jacket, you got the, I believe those are the glasses that have the pop-up sunglasses. You got the high top. He's looking good. He looks like Jazz from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's looking really good. Maybe this should be the look. All right, because that the AI Photoshop of Joe Burrow before the start of last season with like the Jerry curl, just let your soul glow. Maybe Jefferson should rock this. I won't be mad at it, man. Looks really good. Also looking really good is Min Woo Lee. Min Woo Lee. I'm guessing he's my countryman as a Korean, but he's an Australian golfer on the 16th hole at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Hit a birdie and then hit the SKOL chant, which is great. Now, apparently there's no connection between him and the Vikings. He just sort of picked it up. Plus, it was clear. So after he hit his birdie, he signaled to his caddy to get things going. So it was clear this is premeditated, right? And it's weird because Phoenix, no direct ties to the Vikings, even though obviously there's a lot of Vikings fans who reside down there, live full time or snowbirds, and the crowd was into it. Like this specific section of the crowd was getting all into it. So maybe the SKOL chant has transcended borders because, like the Iceland rugby team stole it from us, or the soccer team, doesn't really matter. But yeah, the Vikings responding. We need to get Min Woo Lee to US Bank Stadium in 2025. He's gonna sound the Gallahorn, and it's gonna be awesome. Can't wait, man. It's gonna be good. But you know who started the SKOL chant?
Douche. 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 Douche.
Now, is it SKOL chant or SKOL clap? I should probably know this by now. Speaking of clap, clap your hands if you didn't win Coach of the Year. Stupid ass Sean Payton. Just a round of applause. I know that it's petty and bitter to hang on to things like I hope that the Eagles never have any success ever, and I hope stupid ass Sean Payton fails at every single section, every single thing that he does. Move forward. That's all. Something I love too. So the mentality of J.J. McCarthy, Obviously, he's in a Stoic philosophy. He's very introspective. He's very worldly. I love that about J.J. McCarthy. Also, you can make a case that he's probably the most active social media quarterback. Like, he's constantly putting out there, especially on the gram, Instagram stories, tidbits, thoughts about the world and things like that. That's really good. He put one out in Greece. Whenever people are sick, doctors and friends tell you to go swim in the sea. In Japan, whenever you're sick, doctors tell you to go take a walk in the forest. Hopefully not one specific forest, if you know what I mean. In Spain, people and doctors tell you to tomar el sol, get some sunlight. And basically, it comes down to, I don't know, here in America, take a pill. That's it. But he makes a good point. And honestly, I know that we live in this grind culture and everything is like prepackaged and stuff, and everything is go, go, go. And I don't know. Like, there's lots of things I need to do better about my health, right? Probably stand to lose a couple pounds. See some more sunlight, be active besides just throwing weights around, sleeping, probably a big one, hydrating, probably a pretty big one, and I don't know, cutting back on caffeine, probably a big one too. But yeah, I mean, I love that my 22-year-old quarterback is this introspective. Like, my thoughts when I was 22, this is a family show, so I don't know, man. But I think the McCarthy has the right mentality. And I've said this before. So J.J. McCarthy has physically all the talent in the world. Between the ears, he's got it down. He works his ass off. I think that he has a great head on his shoulders. And I think that he's mature beyond his years. And also, he's got a great supporting cast. He's got a great coaching staff. And he's going to have that for a long time. If J.J. McCarthy doesn't work out, it's because he wasn't good enough. And honestly, I can live with that, because there's so many other variables with quarterbacks that lead them to bust that have nothing to do with if they're good enough or not. Whether it's coaching, whether it's maturity, whether it's hard work, whatever. J.J. McCarthy checks all those boxes, and if he doesn't work out, it just means that he's not good enough, and I'm okay with that. But I think that he is good enough, man, and he's going to be freaking great. Hail to the victor. Yeah. He's turned me into a quasi-Michigan fan. Or maybe just anti-Ohio State. Who knows? Also, speaking of fans, Christian Darrisaw throwing some weights around. It's good to see. And he's been around the facility, making his way back from his ACL, MCL. But you'll love to see him putting in that work, even in the thick THICC of the offseason. And also, Ivan Pace Jr., I'm guessing this is Minnesota, but I guess you never know. Spend some quality time with the significant other, riding some snow machines. I don't know. Like, it's so weird. Like, I grew up in the corner of the state that loves snowmobiling. I had no time for it. I even had a snowmobile as a kid. I did not care in the slightest. Like, you ride around and you get a mild woo, but that's it. That's it. I don't know, man. Who knows? Also, speaking of the offseason, TJ Hockinson doing some, I don't know, like, honestly, it's almost like he's playing bingo with white people things to do. So he's riding horses, looking like Yellowstone. Oh, he's riding horses with a dog as well. Plus, he's got a top knot. As a person who is significantly Japanese, I could cry out cultural appropriation, but also I don't care. Yeah. Plus, talking about my hair before, like, I don't know if I could pull off a top knot, man. Who knows? Then also he's curling, which, if you've never been curling's a lot of fun. I think, here in the great state of Minnesota, there's a lot of good curling places. I think curling is starting to take over bowling in terms of, like a weeknight social gathering thing where, you meet up with the dudes, grab a couple beers, and knock some rocks around. I'm pretty sure they call them rocks. Yeah. So the wife's family is a big bowling family. And when I say big bowling family, I mean like nationals, beating Pete Weber at like bowling tournaments and stuff. So I forget when it was. It was like first couple times meeting her family, we decided to go bowling. And I was like, I can fly. I'm a pilot. Right. So I thought I was so cool because, I could put my fingers in a bowling ball, not the wife, but I could like put the spin on it and I get like the hook and stuff. I was like, oh, who the man? We the man. and I bowled like a 140, and then they put in like 250s. Which apparently is like really good because like 300 games are exceedingly rare apparently. I thought that. See, I thought bowling was kind of like darts, where if you're good, you're just perfect. But no. Anyways, who knows, man? Also, something I do know: Kevin McConnell, Coach of the Year, rarefied air. Only the second Coach of the Year in team history. Bug Grant 1969 was the last one. He said this via Vikings fan page, quote, you think of some of these coaches that have really defined this profession for so long in our league and get to be in a category with them and win this award. It's so unbelievable for me. And something that you love. Although Kevin Stefanski has won this award twice in the last 5 years. Matt Nagy, fake-ass Brad Childress, also won this award. But I don't know, like, Kevin McConnell, obviously the guy, obviously talented. Now, there's areas of improvement, but guess what? He understands that. And I love that he is humble enough to realize that there's things that he needs to work on, and working with Kwesi, improving this team. You're in a great spot now with all this free agent money. Hammer those trenches, get things going, suture up that running game, and we're off to the races, baby. Like, he understands all of that, which is great. I think the Vikings got the right guy. Also, DePaula, Joey Bagels, coming out and talk about his coach. That's my coach. One of, if not the most humble and selfless people I've ever met. He deserves this and more. So proud of our coach and the recognition he has received. Couldn't be happier for him. Also, so I always tell people this. Like, if they got like a high school kid, middle school kid who's really interested in football, and he's going to end up being like 6'2", 6'3", 240, 250, tell him to learn how to long snap, because, well, it doesn't even have to be that size either, because obviously D1 scholarships, valuable. D2 scholarships, yes. D3 generally don't offer scholarships, but it's great to get be able to play some college football if you want to pursue that path. Every single team needs a long snapper, and every single team needs a good long snapper, and so they're always going to be in demand. Like FBS football teams, FCS football teams, they all have long snappers, and generally they're on scholarship. So, I mean, yeah, everyone wants to be a tight end linebacker, but plan B, baby, just long snap, just become really good. And Andrew DePaula, I mean, he's up there in age, but he's a multi-time All-Pro and one of the most consistent long snappers in the National Football League. And it's really tough to tell a bad long snap. Well, no, it's tough to tell a good long snapper, but it's really easy to tell a bad long snapper. You know what I mean? But just get that repetition in. Also, it's not just like hiking it. Apparently, just like holding it, it's like spinning. You're like a jugs machine with your hands. It's kind of neat. But learn how to long snap, because you're always going to be in demand, and you might get a college scholarship out of it. And hell, maybe it can be like Andrew DePaula, make it to the league, be an All-Pro, as well as own a bagel shop. It's fantastic. I wonder if Kirk Cousins still has Andrew DePaula bagel shirts. Don't know, man. Anyways, that's it. Vikings news up this wonderful Sunday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. SKOL, production value.